Hello, and welcome to Inside the Video Store. It's a shorter episode. Finally, we have cracked the shorter episode level. Let me explain why. It's December. I'm open every Wednesday in December to cater for the other side, not the dead or the deceased, just the other side of the store. And it'd be great, some paranormal investigation bureau, wouldn't it? Wonderful. No, so I'm open every Wednesday, so I'm working 7 days a week. So I don't really, even though I love doing this, don't really want to sit here an hour after the shop shuts till 8 p.m. Doing this. And plus, there's not that much in December compared to other months. So I thought, and also, you've got loads and loads of stuff to do. Maybe buying presents for people and writing cards and whatever Christmas things people do these days. So I thought, well, yeah, let's keep these next 3 episodes to around about 30 minutes. Nice and brief, nice and succinct, he says while waffling on. So that'll be it. So you'll have a half-hour show this week, next week and the week after, which will take us to around about the 19th. The show after that, I would be due to record on Christmas Eve. I'm not going to do that because I will be collapsed in a heap on a sofa somewhere. Because this is a 28-day stretch for me in work. So I'm going to take a week off from Inside the Video Store, and we will be back on New Year. Yeah. So that would be great. So just so you know what to let yourselves in for and what I am letting you in for. That will be it. So yeah, that's all good. Like I say, there's only a handful of new releases this week. I don't know where they've gone actually. Oh, they're there. There's a little bit of a what's in the box, and yeah, of course, on loan as normal, and we'll do the comments, but we'll keep it moving, keep it a little bit brief. The only other things that might throw a spanner in the works is when Vinegar Syndrome turns up. There's a huge gallon of stuff that's coming in from Vinegar Syndrome, which should be interesting. What did you think of the Troll 2 announcement? It's a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, $46 for a copy of Troll 2 on UHD. It's a bit... it's asking a lot. Sorry, my voice is about to give way. I don't know what to make of that, because like last year, when they did their secret title announcements, it was The Keep, the Michael Mann film that's been hidden for years, and also Looking for Mr. Goodbar, which is a film that we never thought we'd get on physical media, owing to various circumstances. That was like, a great announcement. But this year, it's Troll 2 on 4K UHD, which is a film that doesn't need 4K UHD. It doesn't, and a sort of lesser, lower tier Dario Argento film called Sleepless, which is it's okay, but there was a 3-disc Blue Underground Blu-ray out only a couple of years back, which was great, and that was kind of peak level for that movie. Didn't need to get any higher. So Vinegar Syndrome seemed to be in a weird kind of flux at the moment, where they're releasing stuff that seems there's a lot of repetition, there's a lot of stuff that's catering to people who, no offense to any of you, but who literally just buy films like you would buy art, just to have it on the wall and not really use it. For me, Vinegar Syndrome started out as a preservation group, as a preservation label, to preserve film and discover films that hadn't necessarily been discovered or put out on physical media before. So to move away from that slightly, I'm a little bit anxious about. But then you see, without Vinegar Syndrome, we don't have Melusine, which is a really, really important label. And I mean, tomorrow, Thursday here, the Vinegar Syndrome partner releases total 25 different labels. And you wonder if those 25 different labels could get their releases out into the wild without the help of OCN Distribution, which are a company affiliated to Vinegar Syndrome. So it's a tricky one, really. But hey, there we go. I've had a busy week. Business has been good, despite entering December. And also, I've been busy with this Arrow project, which is now thankfully drawing to a close. It's been fun, but it has kind of consumed me for a number of weeks now. So we did the video essay Sunday before last. I did a on-camera piece last night, which I think went quite well, to be honest. I was quite happy with it. The producer who's handling it isn't the greatest at giving feedback, but fingers crossed that should go through okay. And I'm recording the commentary for the film that we're doing tomorrow, and then so this time tomorrow, or well, about 10:30 p.m. tomorrow night, that will be the end of the Arrow project, and then we have 12 days of prep to do the audio commentary for Sorority House Massacre for 88 Films, which is a title we're desperate to get on. And thankfully, Richard said that he's happy for us to do that. But yeah, it just means a limited prep time on that. Ideally, we like to prep for about 3 weeks prior to a commentary. So 12 days at this time of year is pushing it. But hey, we will do these things. Okie dokie, let's get on with the show with this stack of new release titles. It's a funny stack, to be honest. It's 3 films. It is 3 films. What can you say? I'm waiting. I mean, HMV normally are the people to deal with because they're great. So I ordered Wild Style, the iconic film that's out this week from Arrow. I ordered it from HMV because normally they're so on the ball, HMV. Ordered it in advance, but they've taken the money, still not shipped. Really, really, really frustrating, especially as other suppliers had that in stock ready to ship the next day. So that's a little bit annoying, especially as there's only 4 titles out this week. But the other ones that have come in, thankfully the other Arrow title is out this week. And that's come in. It's City on Fire. It is film number 1 of the Arrow partnership with Shout Factory. Of course, Arrow have licensed, 156 films from the Golden Princess library, the iconic Golden Princess library that contains so many awesome films from John Woo and Soy Hark. And of course, Ringo Lam, and this is the first film with 155 to go now. It is City on Fire, the epic crime thriller, which so influenced Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. Directed, of course, by Ringo Lam. It's a great film. It looks stunning in this new Blu-ray. 4K UHD is also available. But yeah, it's just great. Great to have this. Like I say, it's going to be so nice to retire this DVD, this Hong Kong Legends DVD, which I've had in stock now for 20 years. It served its purpose, but now, thankfully, 20 years on, we have the Blu-ray, and of course, it's laden with some excellent special features. So that's very cool indeed. City on Fire. Also, first time on Blu-ray in the UK. It did come out in a 4K UHD as well, but it was twice the price of the Blu-ray, which is a bit of a step up, to say the least. It is Clue, the outstanding Clue, filmed by Jonathan Lynn, starring a lot of people, but Tim Curry is the only person who is beyond description in this film. Everyone is awesome, but Tim Curry is just on fire in this film. Yeah, it's brilliant. What a film it is. It rents out so regularly as well. It was really cool to have it in on Blu-ray as well. So here it is, Clue, the movie, out now on Blu-ray in the UK finally, and of course 4K UHD. But just be wary of the price of that, because it is a few quid. And finally, the one contemporary release this week is The Creeps. this is a weird-looking thing. It's about a mysterious gateway that lies at a ski resort, and Christopher Lambert is in it, and Joe Dante is in it, and it just sounds really, really odd. Has anyone seen this? Does anyone know what my customers can expect if they rent this? Because it looks crazy. But yeah, that is The Creeps. It's out this week from Dazzler on Blu-ray and DVD. I picked up the Blu-ray of that. Now, also out this week, to a degree, is Let's Play. Quite remarkable series of physical media entities. We have a rental copy VHS of that. We have a retail copy VHS. We have a DVD, and we have a Blu-ray. All of the same film, and all hand-delivered by the director, writer, producer, and star, Jonathan Sedgwick. Jonathan Sedgwick, as you may know, is a British-based wrestler who formed UKW Studios quite some time ago. And yeah, this film looks quite cool. You know, he's a Sheffield-based guy, so he drove here all the way from Sheffield on Saturday, walked in and said, "Here you go. Here's Let's Play my new film, because I'm desperate to get it on the shelves of a real-life video store." So, you know, very, very humbled that he has that kind of desire to do that. But yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't know what it's like, but it sounds pretty good. It does sound pretty good indeed. It sounds like the usual thing in terms of a horror movie, but that's no bad thing. 5 friends, weekend escape, car breaks down, turns into a nightmare, stalked by a figure known only as the Creep. But yeah, if anyone wants to take a chance on this, let me know. But I like the sound of it. It's called Let's Play. He put it through BBFC. You can buy it direct from Amazon. And yeah, he did these special VHS, especially for me, with the rental copy on the top, which is just really, really nice of him. So that's fantastic. That's Let's Play, out now and available to rent. This is the only video store in the world that this film is available to rent from. So that is an accolade I can get behind. Okay. Let's see what's been renting out this week. Bit of a mixed bag, as always. I love it when these second run films go out because they just look so gorgeous. Look at that cover art. Fantastic. It's a film called Divine Love. Dystopian Brazil. Sounds really interesting, to be honest. It's described as a prescient, provocative satire, exploring how political power manipulates sex and spirituality. Sounds great. Love the artwork, and it's great to see the second run films going out. There'll be more in January. Part of my commentary tomorrow involves a rather lengthy discussion on the so bad it's good phenomenon. Miami Connection is probably part of that, begrudgingly. It's not a phenomenon. It's not a phenomenon that I'm particularly fond of, to be honest. I tend to hate that kind of riff tracks, Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing, as I've said in the past. But yeah, good to see Miami Connection going out. I do love that film. It's great. Great soundtrack, and it's good fun. It's really good fun. One film that went out on loan that reminded me I need to watch it is The Halfway House. A film I've never seen before. Is of course directed by the epic British director Basil Dearden, and it's a creepy wartime tale about a Welsh inn where ghostly goings on are taking place. I've never seen it, and Ed rented it just before the weekend, and it reminded me that I must take that home at some point and give it a look. Looks like my cup of tea. Bob Clark had a weird career, didn't he? Bob Clark. I mean, obviously, his most well-known film is Black Christmas. But he also did that very sort of saccharine-tinged Christmas movie, family Christmas movie called Christmas Story, didn't he? Bizarre career. And he did that really, really lame kids film Baby Genius. Remember the sequel? Baby Geniuses 2? Wasn't that like bottom of the IMDb 100 at one point? I'm sure it had like a 1.6 or something like that. So yeah, really strange career. But the films he did in the 70s, like this, Death Dream, are phenomenal. It was also called Dead of Night. John Marley stars in it. The screenplay is by Alan Ormsby, who you could talk about for quite some time as well. Quite a unique career he had. But yeah, Death Dream. Nice to see that going out on loan. Good. Also, again, I'm not going to pronounce his name, but Uncle Boonmee, who can recall his past lives. Nice to see that rented out. Neil rented that. Good film. Very, very highly acclaimed. We could do with a Blu-ray in this country. I don't know if we've had one yet, but yeah, it's good to see his films renting out. This amazing Thai filmmaker. Really unique, and like I say, it got a lot of publicity when it first came out. A lot of people rented it, who perhaps didn't know what they were expecting. But I think it's great. And it's been some time since it last rented out, so it's great to see someone discovering that again. Tell you what amazes me. One of Kubrick's films that's perhaps the most popular here is Eyes Wide Shut. I've got it on Blu-ray as part of the Kubrick box set, but it's amazing how many people gravitate towards that. You think with the Kubrick section, maybe Clockwork Orange might be popular, but it's not. It rarely goes out. You'd think maybe The Shining might be popular, and it is to a degree. But yeah, I think Eyes Wide Shut, out of that whole section, is probably the most popular Kubrick film at the moment, which is interesting. And it's good. Good to see. It's a film that is ripe for re-evaluation. And finally, 2 Terence Davis films going out. It kind of reassures me that putting that Terence Davis section in the director's wall there was the right thing to do. It was only the right thing to do because he is an epic local filmmaker. Obviously, Health and Mirth came out recently for the first time on Blu-ray. And also, it's nice to see A Quiet Passion going out. It hasn't been out for quite some time. But obviously, with that centerpiece of a section there for Terence Davis, people are clearly being drawn to his films, which is nice to see. That's cool. Great. What time are we on? We've got about 10 minutes to go. I got a little bit of a stack here, which I'll quickly flick through. Been desperate to upgrade my Jodorowsky films for quite some time. Obviously, I've got quite a few in here, like Holy Mountain and El Topo, which both go out very well indeed. But these Tartan DVDs are... When are we from here? We must be looking at 2000 era time. So yeah, I missed out on this Arrow Blu-ray set, which is annoying. The second-hand price, you might know, is upwards of 50, 60, 70 pounds for a sealed box set. A lot of money. But the thing is, there was a damaged one on eBay, and I got this for 25 quid. 25 quid, it's a bargain. Now, some of you may want to look away now. If you look at the base here, it's obviously very, very dented. There's a slight tear here, and there's a slight tear to the corner there. So the outer box set is quite badly damaged, but who cares? I don't care, because each film comes in a separate case. So we have Holy Mountain, El Topo, and one of his more recent films there, and Fando Ellis as well, from, what was that from? I forget. But yeah, so these all come in individual. These are the films you will see on the shelf. And yeah, that's what matters, really. The films all come in individual cases. So the outer to me wasn't remotely important. So to get that for such a steal of a price was fantastic. I was thrilled to bits. Some Danny Kaye came in today called Jester. Someone asked for this only a few days ago, so it was great to pick this up. Looks like something incredibly wholesome and lovely, which we need more of in this life, to be honest. Excuse me. Salam Bombay, I think I mentioned the other week when Monsoon Wedding came in. Mira Nair is, of course, the mother of the current New York mayor, who's an inspirational figure. Salam Bombay is a film that she did back in 1988, and BFI recently had a good sale, which meant that I was able to get that film. I'm going to have a coffee. Time. Ooh. Now, this has been one of the rarities that we've been looking for in quite some time. One of my customers, Jay, has been desperate to watch this film again. The price it goes for online is insane. There's one on eBay at the moment for about £35. I was able to get this for half that price, but still a weighty outlay, to be honest. It is The Chase with Charlie Sheen and Christy Swanson, Henry Rollins, and Ray Wise. It's directed by Adam Rifkin, who we know well. And yeah, just crazy. I mean, this disc was put out in 2010. The film is from 93. It's just gone crazy out of print, but thankfully I was able to finally track down a copy, and Jay was very, very happy indeed. A bit late to the party on this. It's The Shootist, the John Wayne film directed by Don Siegel. Arrow put this out a few months back. I didn't fit into the budget at the time, but I thought, yeah, dropped in price. We'll have a bit of that. We do love John Wayne. Is quite popular here, to be honest. Surprisingly. Finally, 3 VHS for your perusal. One I mentioned last week was coming in. It is Digital Man. Discovered this again on my Robo Schlocker journey over the last 3 weeks, and this is the definite highlight of that journey. Loved this film to bits. Philip J. Roth directed it, and it's just everything you want on a Robo Schlock film. Huge guns the size of cannons. Matthias Schuss, some great supporting actors like Ed Lauter and Paul Gleason from The Breakfast Club, and it's just immense fun. Excuse me. The Minion is not related to Despicable Me. It is a film by Dolph Lundgren. This is here because, as part of this box set, there's a Dolph Lundgren film in there, and we thought we were going to be asked to do a commentary on the Dolph Lundgren film, so I ended up buying a load of Dolph Lundgren films just to do some prep. Didn't work out that way, but I found out that Minion is a bit of a rarity in this country, and it's never had a DVD release. So I thought, well, I'll go back, I'll pick up the VHS, because it might be one to have a look at some point in the future. So that is why Minion is here. And then finally, why is this here? Ankle biters. 3 feet tall, 2-inch fangs. I've no idea, quite frankly. All I know is that it's a low budget horror without a DVD release in this country. It sounds quite awful, to be honest, and it has a very low IMDb rating. But I just felt I like tiny terrors. I like tiny terrors. I like tiny little things that cause mayhem and misery. So that is why that is there. Okie dokie, we've got 4 minutes to go. Have we? Let me check. Give or take. 4 minutes to go. Some of your comments. Thanks again for getting back to me and giving me your thoughts on the show. Aunt Mumford wishes CJ a happy birthday for last Friday, which was nice. Super Barrio says, great show. As well as Pure Cinema podcast, I would recommend The Movies That Made Me with Joe Dante and Josh Olson. Nice. I do like those 2 guys. Colours of the Dark also with Elric Kane and Rebecca McHenry. Right, okay. That's good to know. And Evolution of Horror with Mike Munzer. Right, that's great. Well, thanks, Super Barrio. Always looking for good podcasts with well-informed, passionate people who give me ideas for films that I've never really thought of before. I hate podcasts that just churn episodes out and don't really offer any insight into things. So they're great suggestions. I'm really pleased with those. Thank you. 10-5 in the grass says, interesting anecdote about Nick Wrigley, crotchety guy, but tremendous quality control and commitment. The two seem to go hand in hand. I'd agree with that. Yeah, Nick Wrigley, of course, was the creator of Eureka and Master Cinema. Very interesting guy. But yeah, tremendous quality control. I have great admiration for him. A few people are chiming in with the films that they would never ever watch again. We mentioned that last week. James says 3 that he would never watch again is Saturn Tango, Hard to Be a God, and Come and See. Yeah, that's a really fair. Yeah, it's a really fair threesome of films, to be honest. Paul Grigg says Highlander 4 and 5 coming in is excellent news. They probably confused people who only knew the first 2, but I like them. So, they all have their fans. Matt Blogg says, could the on-screen video monologue be for Enter the Video Store Volume 2? Matt, I can neither confirm nor deny. I'm not getting into trouble. I want to get paid. I'll tell you after I've been paid. Freddie Duncan said, Together was great, so funny and unpredictable. And he says that Eddington is the angry brother of One Battle After Another. Right, okay, that's great. That's interesting to know. Freddie, of course, is in Belgium. He can't rent, obviously, as he's not in the country. But he said that these weekly episodes give him the great insight to buy boutique movies, which he's not familiar with. So yeah, and his 3 that he would see once, but never again, are Martyrs, a Serbian film, and Incendies. Okay, that's an interesting third choice there. Yeah. Good. Although Kyle McLaughlin does disagree with Freddie because he didn't like Together, whereas Freddie did. And then the people who rented Together over the last week have kind of been a bit so-so to us. Half have liked it, half haven't liked it so much. John Hughes chimes in with 3 movies that he would never ever see again and only watch once. His are Martyrs, Sarlo, and Ilse, She-Wolf of the SS. Oh, and Itchy the Killer as then. So that's interesting. Interesting choices, John. James says that he's just watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the very first time. He did, and he rented it from here. Although he says that it's probably a film I couldn't watch again as it's quite the ordeal. But he said it was amazing. Roxy says Eddington was really good. She liked Eddington. And also, she recommends The Shout, which was a horror film I got in last week, also with Tim Curry. And both her and Paddy absolutely loved that film, so that was really great to hear. Patrick said he's looking forward to The House with the Laughing Windows, so am I. Patrick, it was due in this week, but it's been put back till after Christmas. It's now coming in on the 29th of December, which is frustrating. Raj is another fan of Eddington, which is great to hear. Not much bad being said about Eddington. And Brick Bill says the film that I feel should be watched, but only once, is Requiem for a Dream. Okay, that's a good pick. And Zombie Matt also on this subject mentions The Girl Next Door. No, not the high school comedy from 2003 with the guy from Into the Wild. It is the bleak true story based on a Jack Ketchum novel. I've got it in the back there in the horror section. It's a very, very, it's a grim story, but it's a very well-made film. I did like that a great deal. And also, Ant Munford said, it's great to see you talk about The Painted Bird, which came in recently as a film with Udo Kier. I rented that a couple of years back, and it hasn't left my mind since. At the time, I immediately sought out a physical copy and ended up snagging that exact Blu-ray release. And yeah, you must really watch it if you get the chance, Dave. It's beautifully shot in black and white. The performances are brave and the subject matter very upsetting. But by God, could I not look away throughout the whole thing? A modern day masterpiece. And on that note, let's all rent The Painted Bird. It sounds phenomenal, to be honest. It sounds phenomenal. Right, I'm out of here. I am voices kind of going, which is great news when you have a 90-minute commentary to record tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to look after myself. I'm going to have an early night and watch the film for the very last time that we're talking about. And yeah, all being well, I will see you at the same time next week. I guess I say apologies for I know many of you like these lengthy episodes, you psychopaths. But it's good every now and again to just do a brief one, just to save old Davy's voice and stamina, because as the years go by, it's withering beyond belief, like most other things. Anyway, enough of that, and I will see you in 7 days' time.